Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are doing a narration video. So today these two are interacting with each other. It seems that he just threw his book at him and now he is interacting. They seem to be very good friends, but one seems to be yelling at the other. I do not know the names of these two, but they seem to be very enlightened with one another. As he keeps on adjusting himself in the chair and throws his book once again, the red-headed one seems to calmly not even notice. And then the other one picks up his bag and sets it into his lap as he continues to adjust himself in his seat and crosses his legs. Now they sit there in solemn silence while slowly interacting with each other.
Well, my sister's pregnant. I'm pregnant? You're equally as chubby? Shut up. No, my sister's pregnant.
They are having a conversation with each other. This conversation consists of many things that I do not know of, but I continue to watch. He crosses his legs as the other one uncrosses his legs and sets his bag down. As the other one takes his book back and holds it up.
I read like 2 sentences.
It's actually not his book, it's the red-headed one's book, as the Mexican continues to flip through the pages. The redhead one has something on his phone, so he continues to show his phone to him. They continue in solemn silence and interaction of one another, as he scratches behind his ear and shows something on his phone. He then begins to rummage through his phone.
Yeah? Wow.
Continuation.
You're real cool. You're the coolest kid in this school. I promise you that. I can't. I'm sorry. I have no idea. You're like the most lamest you could get. Your youth hip rap. Do you know what? Why do you? It's not a sticker either. That's the crap you.
That's why I put a safety pin.
So you're not even wearing it.
Someone else can.
How is this making this safer? Tell me.
Oh, one of them then begins to stand up and takes his sticker back as he adjusts his shirt. The reason as to why he stood up, no one knows. Then he continues to go somewhere else, and then the other one stands up as well. They continue on. I will not follow them. They continue to walk to interact with someone else, but they don't know why and they don't know where. They go over to a computer and they set a book down.
That's not checked in there. No, it is.
Hey, no
I
phone.
forgot that they could.
He's been quoting him for 30 minutes by his consent.
What?
They are now looking through books. They are checking in books, doing their jobs. They are now going to organize these books. I'll follow the red-headed one for the time being. He's looking at the books and he's going to put them back into the shelves in which they belong. He continues on to the fiction section of the library. He goes on, then he finds where the book belongs by looking at the numbers. He continues on, taking awkward steps the entire time as he's chewing a piece of gum.
Hey, how do you do this?
I will then begin to pause the video and wait for them to begin something else as the redhead and the Mexican begin to interact with each other. For the rest of this video, I will be eating a stick of gum.
A B C D E F G H I J K
L P.
L's over here.
He then continues to try and find out where the book belongs. The Mexican one then shows him where it goes.
LMN.
LMAO.
They look through the books. The Mexican one and the redheaded one then continue.
No.
He puts the book in between, but then the Mexican one stops him. Then he continues to do what he was doing.
But that's an M too. Well, look closely. Do you see any other N's? Lamb.
Now
Look,
I will
N's are
continue
over
to
here,
follow the
Adam.
Mexican one instead. He's
Look,
looking
N's are
through,
right
trying to
here.
figure out where the book will go.
If
He's
you
looking,
literally would've
reading
taken 1
names as he
second out
holds
of
his
your
book.
day.
That makes sense.
And then he continues on, holding this book. In fact, he has been holding this book for quite the while. He smacks the red-headed one on the ass with the book as he waves it around, trying to figure out where it will go, where it goes.
over here. I know that's the thing.
He waves the book around, trying to figure out where it goes, because he does not know. He has forgotten. He was bad at his job of a librarian at the school that he goes to.
I know you're.
He then waves the book in the man's face,
Tan.
and then he looks,
That's
trying to
just
figure
X.
out where it goes. He bends one knee, looking at a lower position. Now to check on the red-headed one. The red-headed one seems to be continuing on with his phone. I guess he's going back to see if he will either grab another book or something else. He continues on in silence, looking at his phone. He seems to be on Snapchat as he grabs another book and continues on putting his phone into his pocket, rejoicing with the Mexican one as the Mexican one figured out where his book goes, and he put it away.
I know they did good when you there.
Turns out it's the same book.
Probably there. You ever see that sign?
He now, as he puts his book away, figures to go grab another one and continues his job. And so does the Mexican.
Oh my god, landed on the back of my head. Oh, I sucked there for a bit. I thought it was done. These aren't checked in yet.
Oh, that other one's probably not checked in.
You're a fool. This one. I swear. Oh, I've watched this TV show.
Okay, so
They grab more books and continue on, except the redhead this time does not grab a book, and then scratches his armpit, rubs his arm, and then snaps his finger and claps his hands, and then he continues to clap his hands, then waves his arms. The Mexican then continues on with his book, trying to figure out where it will go in this process.
Cancel, retreat, we're going back.
The Mexican then continues down further on in the hallway of the library, trying to figure out where this book goes.
9:49.
Then he finds a spot, but doesn't know if that's where it goes.
Any of these
He then continues to look
973
in another spot.
9, I guess they're going by letter. They're going by letter, I'm guessing.
But will he ever figure out where the book goes? That is the real question here.
I normally talk about it, so.
oh, that's true.
The redhead then continues to go into another room. We will follow him now. He goes into some sort of construction room and grabs a piece of glue as he begins to lick it and then put it back. Only if we could get another shot of him licking it. It was pretty sexy in my mind.
But I did.
As the Mexican still tries to figure out where the book goes. You figure out where the book goes, one rejoicing on his phone and one touches a thing on the ceiling. Then they go. And I think they are going back to the chair. One sits down and relaxes while picking up his bag. The other one walks around the cube of leather and then sits down next to him. And then this concludes our story of the Mexican and the redhead.